So it's Sunday, day after the Kentucky game. Georgia won the East again. So we're going to Atlanta. Alabama absolutely stomps LSU last night in Baton Rouge. Dude, it wasn't even close. They dominated that game. LSU's offense could do nothing. Just total domination. It was sad to watch. I changed it to watch the Texas Tech-Oklahoma game. Their fans sold out expecting a win and everything like that, and God, did they get disappointed. Alabama totally dominated that game. Physically, they were faster, they were bigger. It reminded me a lot of the 2015 game in Athens where Georgia was favored to win at home in Sanford Stadium. It was pouring down rain. Georgia gets absolutely humiliated at home on my sister's birthday, and it was a terrible weekend. But that was the beginning of the end for Mark Richt there, wasn't it? Went on to lose to Florida, fist fight with Georgia Southern, 9-3, and gets fired. What a horrible year that was, though, 2015. 2014, 13, and 15 all really sucked to be a Georgia fan. But those days are gone. We're on to bigger and better things. Playing Alabama the first Saturday in December in the SEC title game. Man, I'm being realistic here. I don't think we're going to win this game. It's the same thing I said about the LSU game. I hope that we do. I think that we can. But if I had to bet, let's say that I had $150,000 in the bank and I had to bet 100 of it that Georgia was going to beat Alabama. Man, you're out of your damn mind if you think I'm doing that. I'm not doing that shit. So, it's possible. Georgia's got a shot, of course. They're in the game. But, I wouldn't put big money that Georgia's going to beat Alabama. Every time I put money on Georgia to win a game, I've lost. So I quit doing that. I think that we can win the game, though. I've got a formula here to beat Alabama. And I'm telling you, every time the Dogs do what I say in my videos, they end up winning. So, this is a tall order on this list. It's a list of 11 things. 13 things that they got to do. If they do all 13 of these things, they're going to win the game. But, they've got to do them all. It is a tall order, I'm telling you. This is what's got to happen to beat this Alabama team. Number one, we got to get better every game for the next 3 games. We have got to. Right as of right now, we are not good enough. We are not experienced enough. Our defense is not fast enough, not physical enough. I'm just being real. I'm not putting them down because I think that we've done great with how young. It really took until yesterday for it to set in on me how young this team really is. There is a ton of freshman and sophomore talent starting in key roles on that Georgia defense and along that Georgia offensive line. Jake Fromm, sophomore quarterback. This is a very, very, very young team that has played well at times. The consistency is what's killing us. Not even killing us, but I'm telling you, it will kill us against Alabama. We can get away with it against Vanderbilt, Kentucky, and teams like that. But if you want to beat Alabama, you've got to come with your best, man. You've got to come with your best game. That just is what it is. So when you hear me going through this list, I'm not putting the kids down. This is what's got to happen if you want to win the game. Got to get better every game for the next 3 games. Number 2, we have got to have a healthy offensive line, and we've got to have continuity between the offensive line, between the starting 5 from the Georgia Tech game to the SEC title game. The same 5 guys have got to be healthy in the Georgia Tech game. The same 5 guys have got to be healthy and play the entirety of the Alabama game. They've got to play well together. There's got to be continuity. That's just what's got to happen. It's got to happen if you want to win that game. Did you see what 92 did to Joe Burrows last night? Man, that guy was all over him, hanging on him all game long like Joe Burrows was a monkey bar, man. He was all over that dude, man. Every time Joe Burrow opened his eyes, 92 was hanging from him again. That dude was a beast. Took over that game. He had to be the most valuable player in that game last night. Number 3, absolutely must play our best game against Alabama. In every phase. Have to coach our best game. Fromm's got to have his best game. Wide receivers have got to step up huge in the Alabama game. The running backs have got to have their best game. O-line, they've been hurt, but they've got to have their best game. Defense has got to bring physicality, got to be faster. Those young guys that played linebacker against Kentucky, we need those guys on the field. We cannot be slow. We cannot be timid against Alabama. It can't happen. This is what we got to do to win. Must win the turnover battle. Number 4, must win the turnover battle. And I think it's going to have to be +3 for turnovers in Georgia's favor. That's what I think is going to take to win this game. Number 5, cannot blow an assignment on defense for a touchdown. We all know Tyson Campbell looking to the sidelines or looking at the safety or looking at the linebackers to get the play. Gets burned for a touchdown at LSU. We can't. I'm not even saying Tyson Campbell. Nobody can get beat for a long touchdown in this game. We got to make them earn everything that they get. Make them dink and dunk, make them run it down our throats. But we can't have them streaking down the sideline with just a deep pass over the top of our safeties getting burned for a touchdown. We cannot give them any momentum, any big play momentum in this game. None. We have got to control this game. Number 6, we've got to have a special teams touchdown or a defensive touchdown. It's gonna take. We've got to limit their possessions. We've got to get extra points in possessions. We got to have one. A pick six, a Mecole Hardman punt return for a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, a block punt, a blocked field goal for a touchdown. We got to come up with one somehow. Defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown. It's got to happen. We must play better special teams than Alabama. That's probably the easiest thing to do on this list because Alabama's special teams looks god-awful. Their kicking game for years and years and years now has been horrible. Absolutely horrible. Those kickers are sitting there shaking and trembling in fear of Nick Saban, and then they miss a kick, and he cuts their ass out on the way to the sideline. It's hilarious. God, it's so funny. They have had a horrible kicking game for a long time. A long, long time Alabama's had a bad kicking game. Number 8, man, for you Georgia fans that keep saying that sacks don't matter, buddy, this is the game right here where sacks are going to matter, okay? We have got to hit Tua. That means body impacts on Tua. We have got to hit this guy. We have got to be physical with this guy. We've got to get him on the ground. We've got to get his jersey dirty. Man, we've got to get this guy down. I don't know how we're going to do it. That's why I'm not a coach. That's why University of Georgia doesn't pay me $4 million and give me a new F-150 every year. I mean, that's just this is what's got to happen. Tua has to be uncomfortable the entire game. He's got to be rattled. We have got to get our big bodies, DeAndre Walker, Monty Rice, Otis Reese, Walter Grant. Man, these guys have got to be all over Tua. I mean, it's going to take our best. It's just going to take our best. If y'all want to win, it's going to take our best. It's not going to come easy. There ain't no way in hell this game is coming easy. So just strap up. You got to put your big boy pants on here. There ain't no room for softness or excuses or giving these guys a pat on the ass when they screw up in this game. You screw up in this game, you're losing. That's just it. It's got to be mistake-free football. Number 9, we need a big passing touchdown early. Mecole Hardman had one in the last year's title game. He's got to have another one. Him, Ridley, J.J. Holloman, somebody's got to have a long passing touchdown over the top of that defense to soften them up, and our running backs have got to get going after that. I think we're going to have to pass to open up the run, man. I mean, it just is what it is. It is what it is. I know that's not normally what we do. I think it's what we did against Oklahoma to start the game last year, though, and a little bit against Alabama in the title game. I mean, that's just what it's going to take, man. We got to loosen up that defense to get our running game going. We cannot abandon our run game either. Our running backs have got to average. We've got to average 4+ yards a carry. I don't know how all this stuff is going to happen. Like I said, I'm not the coach. That's Kirby Smart's job to figure out. But if he does all these things, we're going to win. If everything on this list gets done, I guarantee you we win the football game. I guarantee it. Let's see here. Number 10, we got to win the rushing battle. We've got to run the ball for more yards than Alabama. It's got to happen. I think it's just like the Florida game. Whoever rushes for more yards in the SEC title game pretty much always wins. The Georgia-Alabama game, whoever rushes for more yards usually always wins. I mean, I haven't looked up any stats or anything like that on it yet, but I will. I'm going to. This is just I was just sitting here thinking about it, watching the Falcons game. I told somebody about this list. I had it in my head last night after the game. They asked me if I thought we could beat them. Man, I'm like, I don't think so. This is what it's going to take. I thought of what it was going to take to beat them. This is it. Got to win the rushing battle. Got to. These are all musts. None of these are negotiable. Must be 60% or better on third down. We got to convert on third down. We can't be going 3 and out like LSU was. Cannot do it. Can't do it and expect to win. Are we capable of doing that? We got to play our best game. That's just the bottom line, y'all. I know that it's asking a lot, but this is what it's going to take. I'm going to stop saying that now, but these things have got to get done to win. We must go 80% for a touchdown in the red zone. We can't be kicking field goals every time we get down inside the red zone. We definitely cannot turn the ball over in the red zone. That's on here. That's number 13. Number 13 cannot have a turnover inside the red zone. Just once you get down there, man, you got to take care of the ball. We've got to make plays. That's the thing, man. This isn't the game where we can really be conservative. It's not. We got to make plays. Our playmakers have got to make plays. Our 5-stars have got to play like 5-stars. Our quarterback has got to play out of his mind. Mel Tucker and Kirby got to come with a perfect game here. That's just what it's going to take to win this game. Like I said, I was just sitting here thinking about it. I mean, I'm just realistic, man. I'm sure most of y'all feel the same way after watching that LSU game. LSU blew us out, and then Alabama shut them out 29-0. Do I think that we're better than LSU? Probably. I think that we played a horrible game there, and that's a factor of why we lost. I think the momentum shifted to LSU's favor, and we never regained it. There's a bunch of factors, but the bottom line is we lost. We got blown out, and then the team that we got blown out by a really good Alabama football team. So I'm not scared of Alabama. I'm sure the players and Kirby Smart aren't scared of Alabama. There's no reason to be. It's going to take your best game to beat them. They're that good this year. They're that good on offense. I told y'all that defense was going to come around towards the end of the season. And even if Georgia loses this game, I'm not going to get upset and have a conniption fit unless it's something stupid like the South Carolina game 2014 where we didn't hand the ball to Todd Gurley when we were on the 1-yard line at Carolina and Hudson Mason threw it into the stands. Unless we do something like that to lose, I'm not going to absolutely lose my mind and have a conniption fit in this game. This is a very young team. I mean, that's the thing I've realized over the past couple of days and weeks is how young this team really is. So many young players contributing with huge roles. And it just takes time, man. Honestly, it really does. College football, there are some kids that come in and play at a high level right away at 18 years old. But for most guys, man, it takes a little bit of time, especially when you're going up against the class of the SEC, the class of college football. Nick Saban's been doing this year in and year out for over 10 years now. And this is Kirby Smart's 3rd year. So Kirby Smart players this isn't a team full of all Kirby Smart's guys yet. He's still coaching some of Mark Richt's guys, which Richt did a good job recruiting, you know what I mean? But this isn't all the way Kirby Smart's team yet. It takes 4 years for that to happen. And he's still getting his culture implemented, still learning how to play in big games. They've gotten better. They've certainly gotten better. For whatever reason, we can't play on the road in the West. That's got to get rectified in Kirby Smart's career. I think that it will, but we haven't done it yet. But yeah, that's just it, man. I was pulling for LSU last night. They got embarrassed. I mean, they just got beat. They got their ass whooped. So take your L and win the rest of your games. I mean, just do the best that you can do. I know that it sucks. Trust me. I know that it sucks. But, man, I'm just so tired of Alabama being good. Not even to bitch. I mean, I used to hate Nick Saban until I watched a 30 for 30 or something like that on him. Same with Belichick and Brady. I hated them too. But I definitely respect these guys, man. They live for football. They're lifelong football coaches. They've been around the game their whole lives. It's really, a dream job. As much as I love football, you know, I wish that I could be in a position like that. Bottom line is I didn't put in the work to do it. That's why I'm not. That's why I sit at home and make videos about it. But I've got the ultimate respect for anybody that puts their entire life into the game that I love watching in the fall. I mean, that's just it. And Saban, we've never seen anything like it. He's the best coach of all time by far. It's mainly just their fans, man. Their fans. Like, God, they're a bunch of spoiled-ass fans, aren't they? I mean, just every time Alabama wins, I got something on my Facebook page. Alabama fans posting something, Roll Tide. Like, man, we know that y'all are the best. Like, God dang. And then they don't win a national title, they bitch to high hell about it. You know how grateful I'd be for one? If we'd have won that one last year, man, my life would be complete. I could die in a happy grave tomorrow. I wouldn't give a damn. I got to see my team win a title. I lived a good life. But my life ain't going to be complete until I see Georgia win one. It's got to happen. As big as a football fan as I am, I'm promising you, man, I don't care how long or whatever it takes. I'm not leaving here until the dogs have a title. So, you know, I've got to think positive and start using the law of attraction on that. That's a tall order for me. But hell, I'm doing my part. I buy UGA gear every year and tickets and all that stuff. So You know, I'm holding up my end of the deal. I hold them accountable. Someone's not playing to their potential, I call them out. So, you know, I'm doing everything I can. Besides playing, it's too late. That time has passed. There never was a time for me to play college football, man. It's just I'm too small and the wrong color. I wasn't a quarterback, so. But yeah, man, I'm so ready for Alabama to be done. And I'm telling you now, it's gonna be Georgia that dethrones them. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know how long Saban is staying around. I don't know when he's gonna leave and they're gonna hire Dabo Swinney. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be UGA that dethrones him. It's gonna be like fucking Darth Vader throwing the Emperor down that damn electric tunnel and watching his ass blow up at the bottom. Man, there's gonna be fireworks and Wookiees and shit celebrating everywhere, all across this damn country when Alabama's finally dethroned. And then where are their fans gonna be then? You know what they're gonna say then? Oh, well, we were the best for 10 years. Oh, Bama this and Paul Bryant that. And, man, shut the hell up. You guys had your time, man. Just shut the hell up. That's exactly what they're going to do, is talk about the past. They're going to be 8-5 again one year, and they're going to be like, oh, well, when Nick Saban was here, we were the best, and nobody could play with us. Really, Ole Miss beat you 3 years in a row. Shut the hell up. So, I'm just ready for I'm salty about it. I'll admit it. I'm a hater. I'll admit it. But, hell, their fans make it impossible not to be. So, I mean, that's their fault. But I definitely respect them. I've got the utmost respect for Nick Saban and that program. They just do things the right way. If you watch that Rolling with the Tide series on Netflix or YouTube, wherever the hell it was, man, you'll see the drills that they're doing are far advanced from what other teams are doing. Just the way that Nick Saban thinks gives him an edge to stay one step ahead of the competition at all times. He knows it. He knows everybody's gunning for him. It's just a smart dude, man. Smart, calculated man that can compartmentalize. I mean, just his critical thinking in serious and drastic situations is amazing. The man could have been incredible in the military or the CIA or something like that. Under pressure, his thinking doesn't fold very often. The only mistake I can think of in a critical situation right off the top of my head sitting here, I'd never even thought of this until just now, was the Auburn kick six. And man, who the hell knew that was going to happen? You know? I don't even think he knew the guy was back there. He had a bunch of cows on the field trying to tackle number 14. But man, I'm telling you, this list right here is what it's going to take. It's going to take our best game. And that just is what it is. If this list doesn't happen, the win doesn't happen. And I'm sure that Kirby Smart and Mel Tucker and Jim Chaney are making their own lists, and I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to be on it. So, hell, maybe I should be hired as an analyst. And I am moving back up to Athens in January, but maybe I'm in the wrong field. Get out of putting in air conditioners and get into coaching. You know, I think I might just try to make that happen. Send UGA an email here later on. But it's got to happen, man. Bottom line is we got to play our best game. There can't be a quarter here, a quarter there of us looking like superstars and then have a quarter of being average. It can't happen to win this game. So that just is what it is. I wanted to put this out here for everybody to see. Comment, let me know what you think. And, you know, if you have anything to add, let me know. If you disagree with something, let me know. I mean, I'm busy, but if I can, I'll get back to you. Most of y'all that have seen my videos know that. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think it's going to take to win the game. What this season has meant to you, who your favorite players are. Man, I love talking football. I'll do it all day, every day if I could. I've got to work. I've got bills to pay. And I'm really trying to move up in the world this year. I love doing these videos, but, you know, I've got other priorities, too. And I like to really have some nice stuff, so I'm working on that. And, yeah. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Go Dogs. I hope they get it done. But it is going to take our best game. From all the fans, we got to get behind these guys, man. We've got to hold them accountable. We've got to hold them accountable. We've got to make them keep getting better. I posted a Kirby Smart video of his press conference on my Facebook, man. He said that he appreciates people like me holding them accountable, pointing them out when the defense is soft, because that fires them up and makes them play better. He said that. Go to my Facebook page and look at it, man. I posted the link up there. He said he likes it when we hold them accountable, and says when the defense is playing soft, because that gives them an edge. And they were playing soft in the first half against Florida. I'm not going to make an excuse for these guys, or take up for these guys, when you're jogging your happy ass to go tackle Jordan Scarlett, while Tyson Campbell, 155 pounds, is holding on for dear life, just got his helmet knocked back. I'm not going to take up for that, man, or condone that. No, you've got a scholarship, and if you want to be a champion, you play your ass off every play. That's just it. But anyways, yeah. It's going to take our best. So let me know what you guys think, what the season has meant to you, what Kirby Smart means to you, what the difference is between Kirby Smart and Mark Richt. Obviously, there's a culture difference. And, anything that adds to UGA football being better or anything constructive about Georgia football, I love it. And even if we disagree, if you disagree with me, that's fine. That's fine. We can still get along. I'm fine with disagreeing with people. Just the main thing that kind of bothers me is don't get mad at me because I want the team to play their best. I mean, that's all it really boils down to is I want them to be the best they can be. And to do that, you got to play hard every snap. That's just it. So I hope they win the game. It's going to take their best game to win the game, and they've got to follow a list similar to this. Like I said, Kirby Smart, Mel Tucker, Jim Chaney are going to come up with one. Those things are going to be on it. I promise you. But anyways, I hope everybody has a great day. Let me know what you think. Go Dogs. Have a great weekend and a great week of work. See ya.